get to Mandalorian. I haven't. Oops. Hello.
Oh, we're live. We're live. We're live.
There
Deej,
we're
what is
live.
the capital of Thailand? Nearly got there.
You got you ruined their own joke. Yeah.
I think I know what the start of this week's audio only.
No,
podcast is.
yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
I think I know what the start of this week's audio only.
No,
podcast is.
yeah. Who knows?
Here we go
Who
again.
knows?
I think I know what the start of this week's.
Oh, there it is. I took care of it.
Yep, sorted. There we go.
Yeah, all sorted out. Yeah.
So the start of this week's audio only is going to be 3 times. You know.
Yeah. I just closed one. Oh, caca. Caca. Isn't that nice?
I'm pretty sure he's a Brazilian footballer.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Right, so there we go. Hey,
There it
Deej.
is. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, man. Okay. Not had a lot of time to catch up before we started.
Yeah.
And apologies to the people gathered at the moment, anyway, in the chat. Sorry about changing the days. This is for me. This is my fault this week.
Oh, I
so
was going to
had
let
be
it go
done.
on that it was me. I was just too excited.
Oh, man. It's very
Too
sweet.
excited.
Very sweet.
Couldn't
Well,
wait.
too.
Couldn't wait. I honestly, I can't. And I'm not even kidding you.
Oh.
Like, we got like a storm coming here or something, or rain for the next few days. And it's like, I don't pay attention. I don't watch the weather. I just, I have apps and for work and I pay attention to that. And that's it. So I'm like, okay, rain. Okay. And I know the hours by the apps and everything when it's going to rain so I can schedule my work. And come to find out, like, it's supposed to be like just awful for like 3 days if you watch the actual weather reports. So I was like, oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll have to deal. But I'm like, I'm going to be off. I was like, oh, I could do the show whenever. And so who knows? Stay tuned. Maybe there'll be another show this week.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, never know. To be fair, we've got enough AAA awesomeness to probably squeeze into 2 or 3 shows, quite frankly.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
at least 3, maybe 4 of the
Yeah.
things to talk about this week could be a show in and of themselves.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I get the excitement. Actually, do you know what? Maybe 5, although one of them I haven't seen again yet. So, but certainly 4 that
Yeah.
we've both seen that both could be.
Well, I think the show title I have up there, you can see it. I think, do you think that should be the show title or the other one? I mean, which?
I mean, that's awesome for you and me. That's the show title, but I don't know if for the public at large they're going to feel our excitement. But we could do.
That's our job, Steve. That's our job.
Educate the masses.
If we can't show them that excitement, what are we doing here?
True. All right, let's do that.
Right? No.
That's
We don't have to. I'm like, what were your other suggestions? Because this is all on
Well,
YouTube, so the audio only won't.
Yeah. I mean, well, the other 2 could have been obviously the Amazon Prime thing we've both watched, which I think I love more than you. Or there's of course
No, I loved it too.
Yeah.
That's a great discussion too. That's good. Oh my God, I forgot. I didn't forget. I have them all in front of me. I have mine. That's going to be a fun discussion. That will. It's not a show title though, but oh boy, did I misjudge that? Not completely. But,
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then we've got our Celtic experience as well that we have been having on for a couple of weeks. So we've got loads. But no, I like your suggestion, Deej. We'll go with your one. Honestly, I like it
Okay.
because it is an experience. I mean, I haven't had as riveting an experience in a cinema room for a while like that. So yeah, we could do that. We can both wax lyrically about that. Okay.
All right. Hang on a second, because I got some serious issues going on here with crackling and stuff. So
I can hear
since
it now,
we're still in the YouTube phase, let me see what I can do here. And if it craps
no
out,
worries.
I can come back in.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Let me see. This ain't good. No, it's weird. It's oh, that hurt. Let me power this thing down and reboot.
Yeah, no worries. I'll say hi to everyone that's in initially. Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, guys, just while Deej sorts out a few technical issues, assuming you can hear me okay, I'm just going to say hi to everyone in the chat, and then we'll do it again when the show starts proper. So Jordan was first in. Hey, Jordan. And then Holger was in after that. So guten Arbeit, Holger. And then I think we had a few new guys sort of dropped in as well. So while Booker's in, hey, buddy. Sig Judge is in, and Eric's in. Hey guys. And then Mike's in as well, Mike Kuzman. So yeah, thanks for tagging along, guys. And again, apologies for the change of day. It is because of me. I have some very busy days ahead at work, and so this is the only evening I could squeeze in. And I'm still on call, and I got back from a police station less than half an hour ago, and I've got another one pending. So we've got to squeeze them in, get them done, and then get this sorted. So that's the reason for the change of date. So apologies for that, but thanks for all tuning in. And buenas tardes to Centro 74. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, thanks, guys. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, do we have some exciting stuff to talk about tonight. As I say, we've got some things that could be shows in and of themselves, but we're going to talk about those this evening and get everybody kind of excited for those, hopefully. I do have to confess, though, I haven't seen. I know, Holger, you mentioned in the chat about you'd seen The Mandalorian and Grogu this week. I haven't had a chance to see that one. That's not one of the ones we're going to be talking about tonight, or at least I won't be, because I just have not had a chance to get around to that. And Disclosure Day, I haven't circled back to yet. I'm going to wait for disc on that one. I did enjoy it at the cinemas, but I didn't love it. So I think I can wait for disc. But the last one of those three, oh boy, that I did take in this week. Both DJ and I did. And oh my goodness me.
What are we talking about here?
About that. Well, just going through the three that Holger has seen this week. So he'd seen Mandalorian and Grogu, which I have confessed I haven't seen this week.
Yep.
Disclosure Day, which I was just saying I'm going to wait for disc. I can wait for that. And then the last one being Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen Disclosure Day yet at home.
Have you seen?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to skip
yeah. I saw. I haven't finished Mandalorian and Grogu yet because I've been enthralled with other things. Not that isn't great, but it's like okay. So I'm like, there's just. We've had a great week, like we were saying before. So yeah,
man, and a whole new season of awesomeness coming as well.
Yeah, that was.
And there's at least one in that little group that you haven't seen, I don't think, Deej, and I can't wait for you to see.
Two so far. I haven't seen the one we're going to talk about today.
Oh, haven't you? Is that your first watch?
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, that must.
Yeah, and I have questions for you. I was like, it's phenomenal.
I'm not related to him. Don't let the lack of hair fool you.
That comment, like all babies look like me. That was fantastic.
That's a great quote.
It was so great. That was a great part of the movie too, which I want to talk to you about. But yeah, that was great. I love the idea that and we'll talk about it when we get into the show, how it came to be. And I think it's such a fun thing to do about such a not fun subject.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to be fascinated to hear what you kind of made of the system of government and all the rest of it. I'm really curious to see kind of what you made of that, because I wondered whether that might be a bit impenetrable for someone that's not steeped in this. It might have been a bit like, well, it's all a bit odd. But so I'll be curious to see kind of what you what a fun series.
Get to it. Yeah, that was great. I can't wait.
There's one
to talk
later
about
on that you haven't seen either, because I reviewed it on the show ages ago, and I said, "Oh, you and John need to see it." So that would be cool if you can get hold of that as well. That's the second to last one, I think it is. No, third to last.
Third because they were four, and then I added that fifth, which I think is a good wrap up.
Right? Oscar-winning wrap up. Yeah. Although I think they've all Oscars, or at least BAFTAs. If not Oscars, all are BAFTA winners. But I think Oscar winners as well.
Yeah, there's Oscars in almost. Yeah. Oh, second? No, wait a minute. There were. So your list had 5. Oh, you said third to last.
OM are the initials of it.
Yeah, that's the only one I haven't seen.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you make of that. Yeah,
that's all the others I've seen. I don't think you haven't seen the fourth one yet, right?
No, that's coming later this week from the US.
So you haven't seen that. I've seen that, which is phenomenal. Yeah, and then the last one is really good. That's definite Oscar winner. But this, I think the opening to this whole thing. Now we are teasing the crap out of this to people because they're like, "What are you talking about?" But the first two are so intertwined.
They overlap.
maybe you already know it, but I know you know it, but I mean the perspective that I'll tell you when we get to the show, that when you start the second one, you'll be like, oh yeah, Deej is right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It could actually be that in that. So
yeah. We've got a new listener just dropped in from Brazil. So fair play. So obrigado,
Nice.
Professor Philippe. He's saying, are you going to cheer for Obsession this year? Oh, we already have.
Yeah.
In theaters.
I haven't seen it yet,
yes.
but you have.
Yeah,
I have it.
John saw
I own it, and I haven't seen it yet, though.
John watched it with Lydia, and said that it was a very, very difficult watch. But he endured as opposed to enjoyed it. But that's really what you're supposed to do. And Lydia did not like it at all. And I get why. I mean, it makes sense. But they did see it. So Professor Philippe, it's an incredible movie, absolutely incredible film. So well, good, very good. Okie dokie, alrighty. So let me ask you a question then, Deej. Are you ready?
Here we go.
Yes. So okay, now
Denzel.
I don't think done. King Kong, nothing on him. Done. Moving on. Right. Okay. Again, it's the only quote I know. Right. So this is another deceptively simple question, and I don't think we've ever asked it.
Okay.
And it might be one that we can't agree on the parameters again, like we did with the Epic thing. So here we go. So earlier this week, John Cena and Idris Elba were interviewing one another. Okay. I don't know why those two necessarily, but they were. And I saw this little clip, only a short clip, and Idris Elba asked John Cena a question that neither of them could agree on straight away. Okay. So
hit me.
Who is the greatest action movie star of all time? Who is the GOAT of action movie stars? Of all time. Yep. Yeah. And feel free to weigh in the chat, guys. I there's a right answer here. They did. Neither of these two could agree. So
there is one.
No, there's not one. No, I don't know. I don't think there is one. I don't think there's a right answer. There's a lot of very good answers, but I don't think there's a right one.
It's by process of elimination is the best way to do it. But I mean, I'd say the first name that popped in my head, and I'm sure the chat's going to go, like, we're all going to have some great conversations on this one, but.
Not Shia LaBeouf in Transformers, Deej. You can't have him.
Nope. There's so many one-offs. So there's so many that have peripheries, but there's like and there's one that I could say is like the grandfather of it or whatever, but I'm going to have to go with Stallone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because his action movies, and this is why his he did action movies that were just flat out, just straight, stupid action. Right. But he also did plenty that were like legit, like this is a movie, like First Blood. That's an action movie that is like, it means something. Rocky, I would consider that's an action movie. You're watching, Oscar winning. And he wrote that for himself, which is, talking about that. But then you get into other movies that like the rest of his career, he goes on to do. Like he's making fun of himself. He's doing, the movies are parodies of themselves that people copied. I mean, obviously Schwarzenegger is up there, but to me, I would probably say he has a higher body of work, but where he was just the actor, that drops down a notch for me. I was gonna say the grandfather would be like Chuck Norris or something like that. Yeah. But then I don't know who else. I'm trying to think, who am I missing that would have the longevity? Even Bruce Willis I wouldn't put him in the same level as those two, same stratosphere. Who am I missing, Steve?
Well, we've had in the chat already both of the answers that Idris Elba and John Cena came up with, although Cena did have another one. So Cena said he had his head was telling him Jackie Chan. Okay, so his head was telling him Jackie Chan, but his heart belonged to Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
and whereas Elba said Tom Cruise, and Elba says it's Tom Cruise because the guy's doing this stuff, like he's on the side of the plane, he's jumping out of the plane, he's doing all this stuff, which is what Holger said in the chat.
I get that.
I for me, it's Schwarzenegger for me. I can't look beyond him because he was my formative years. He's the only one of all these lot that I had posters on my wall when I was a kid.
I had the Cobra poster, but I had the Terminator 2 poster.
There you go. See, whereas I only had Schwarzenegger ones. I had Commando because, of course, we
I also had the Remo Williams poster. So both ends of the spectrum.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Fred Ward was great in that movie.
Yep. I love the Cobra poster. That's iconic to me. The Cobra poster with the I believe it was like the red background. And he's got the gun with the something like that.
Yeah. Crime is the disease, meet the cure.
Yeah.
So Schwarzenegger was one I had the posters up, and I can't get beyond things like Predator, and I can't get beyond Terminator and T2 and RoboCop, Total Recall, and things like that. And yet Stallone, again, though I agree, he's more of an actor than Schwarzenegger ever was, and I think he would accept that, but I think Schwarzenegger is just more iconic.
You can't go wrong with either of them.
No, it will.
Right.
Absolutely.
You can't go wrong with either of them. Even Tom Cruise, he jumped into my head for a second, but
I'll hold you. Read the room, hold you. Read the room, buddy. You're
nobody else. Oh, what? That's the thing to me, and I love Schwarzenegger, and it's like, and not like Stallone's that much. He's not like Stallone's no Shakespearean actor either.
No.
But like Schwarzenegger literally couldn't speak the language at the beginning. And they still got him in there, right? And it's to be fair, like Stallone was like, but I mean, he kind of like, even his Rocky voice, he kind of like went thicker with a Boston accent, if you will, right? Like if you're from Boston, you do a little thicker accent, something like that. So I think he overemphasized his own, speech. I don't think he really did speak like this all the time, but it's like in the movie,
he was exaggerating it. Yeah,
exaggerating. Thank you. That was the word I couldn't think of. Yeah, it's a big word. Big word. Got to look that up.
I mean, Stallone is awesome. I mean, again, you can't go wrong with that again, because, and if you think about it, the characters that he's brought to the screen, so be it Rambo or Rocky or, again, Cabretti, if you want to go with Tango and Cash and, all these guys, you Ray Tango, wasn't it? There you go.
Yeah. But I got another one that I think is more along the lines of, I got one that I don't think anybody's in the chat. Is that it's so along somebody who said it, I think it's Jordan, I can't find it, but Jordan, I think he was the one that mentioned Steven Seagal.
Yeah, he does.
So at that time we had the Seagals, we had the Van Dams, you had Bruce Willis, who Willis probably had more of a longer career than those other ones, but they all came after like a Stallone and Schwarzenegger started the trend, if you will, right? But then I think where you get like now your modern day versions of those would be like your Keanu Reeves, that's an action
John Wick,
star. Yeah. But I mean, he goes way back with, Point Break and and then The Matrix, and now he's John Wick. So he does have that action genre, but it's still not like, you got to go with, it's not like sports where somebody can take over the mantle, right, and be better at it. It's who set the stage, who created this, you could go back and say like a John Wayne might have inspired like a Clint Eastwood, who then inspired this type of thing. And you know what I mean? Then you get, you get into a whole, it's the evolution of the kind of the genre, the role. Alan Ritchson. Did you hear about him? What he's doing is his company, film company. I just read about it today. He wants to make more movies. I think this is genius. He wants to make more action movies that have people like their protagonists they're not military based. They're not like specialists. They're not anything. They're like a normal. And as he put it in the article I read, he's like, I want him to be like, an electrician or plumber or a normal guy that runs into trouble, but is he's a little above his pay grade, but he finds a way to make it work. And he's like, I want people to be able to go to the theater and see themselves on stage, on the screen. instead of
Mm.
like we look at a Tom Cruise and it's like in Mission Impossible, we all walk out of there and you're like, yeah, and it's like, or you walk, Paul Walker and Fast and the Furious, you're all driving home like, yeah, whoa, I could be this. It's crazy stuff. And it's fun to separate yourself and pretend you're that. But how much fun would it be to see a real action movie with somebody that's like, and that was the hit of Die Hard. It was just he was a bad guy. He was the right guy in the wrong time. He wasn't a special. He was just a normal cop, right?
Well, now who got beaten up all the way through the movie.
Yeah. So now, and I think it's genius because you can now take that action genre and cast nobodies, right? You don't need a big bulking He-Man, if you will, to play the role. All you need, you can give these roles to some up and comers, and you make an action movie. So you're bringing the budget down and maybe put some of that more money into the special effects. I love the idea, and I think that's going to be fun. But
I mean, I think within reason. I mean, the thing is, the whole point about going to a movie, not always, but generally, is to get a bit of escapism, to a suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I'm going to necessarily buy a plumber stuck at a party on Christmas Eve, taking everybody out with a
pipe wrench.
Yeah, exactly that. It's not quite as cool, is it? Yippee-ki-yay!
Cool off. Cool off, MFA.
Yeah. I'll take you around the U-bend. It's just not as cool. It's not as cool.
Yeah. You can't exactly have the old the trailer having some guy bent over under a sink with the plumber's crack showing.
Piece of toast in there, toast rack.
This Christmas, he does more than flush.
Well, to be fair, we've seen I've seen a number of movies where the tradesman comes round and and does a job, but anyway, it's so I'm not sure
a whole different action genre.
Hey man, it got straight to the action. That's all I'm saying. Right.
I can't pay for the plumber.
I'm not saying anything about laying a pipe. Anyway, right. So,
we're gonna do it early here.
Yeah, hey, let's do this.
How many pipes can you fit in the Trojan?
Come on, man. Let's not go there.
We already did.
We did.
Oh,
Scruffy. Good.
What happened?
Plumber, you're gonna get flushed. Good man. Oh, I like it. That's a great one.
Anyways, back to reality. One of the reasons I would take another one, SW's got Daniel Craig as well, but they're all like it's just not the same longevity, right? But back to Tom Cruise. The reason I kind of dropped Tom Cruise out of the running, where I think he's the bigger actor, of course.
He's good at running.
But I think he's, and this is going to sound hypocritical because so is Schwarzenegger to a degree, but he's more of it's just the vehicle, the movies that he has long running, like Mission Impossible. He's got 2 Top Gun movies. You know what I mean? It's not like he's an action star. I feel like he's more like he's a Mission Impossible guy, and he's Maverick. After that, he does like Night and Day. He
Edge
does
of Tomorrow.
But they're all like
Last
little
Samurai.
I guess that's an action movie.
He's
but again, he's not a founding father, and that's what put put those two up at the top. When they were starting action, he was doing Risky Business. He's doing what was he? Taps, I think. It was Outsiders. He was a kid. So.
Yeah. Well, so is Eastwood an action star?
Eastwood? I would consider him more of a Western star before action. But yeah, it's like, I mean, Firefox, it's action, but it's not.
It's awesome is what it is.
Yeah, you got Heartbreak Ridge. Dirty Harry is action, but it's like, yeah, I guess but Dirty Harry is not the kind of action that you have with it's not the new action that you get in like the 80s with I mean, even I think there's, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe there's more shooting than First Blood, but because First Blood is an action movie, but it's not an action movie. It's a drama with a little bit,
Mhm.
but we still consider it an action movie.
What about so is Brad Pitt an action star?
Oh God, no.
Nope. Okay.
No.
No. What Ryan Gosling?
No, I wouldn't consider. They're just.
It's tricky, isn't it? This is where we start to push it the boundaries.
Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling. No, I don't consider because they do. Yeah, they're too versatile. They're too versatile to be considered just an action star. You know what I mean?
So is an action again? I'm being a devil's advocate.
They're good in action, but I don't consider them. That's not their vehicle. That's not their only source, right? It's not what they're known for necessarily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. So an action star, as in the greatest of all time, has to be by definition limited to that kind of movie.
No,
because both.
I'm just saying for me. I think anything. It's like it's for anybody. You know what I mean? Like you ask somebody. To your point, you ask somebody over in Europe or in Asia, they're gonna have more of a Jackie Chan, or they're gonna have a different genre. That's it's to what is it like? What do you consider, like, what pops it for me? It's always like when the question is asked, what's the first thing? You can't deny the first, because if you deny the first thing that pops in your head, what are you looking for? Right? Like, why are you searching deeper into your memory for the thing? If that's the icon, the icon that popped in your head when somebody says action star, I go, oh my God. And then, sometimes we'll see something in the chat and go, how did I forget that? And I honestly don't think anybody has said anything that makes me go, oh my God, you're right. Nope, it's not Stallone or Schwarzenegger. I think they're like 1A and 1B, and nobody can deny if you swapped A and B.
No one's mentioned Bruce Lee yet.
Too short. Hey
man, he was only 5'7". I mean, that's nothing wrong with that, Deej.
He's a legend, but I think. Well, do
you have to have a long body of work to then be the poster boy for action film? I mean, I'm not necessarily saying Bruce Lee.
Well, I would say because if you don't, and especially in his situation, he passed away so young. He didn't have a time to fail. So you know what I mean? And it's like. And I'm not putting that against them. Like, I feel bad that we lost them, of course, but the longevity that somebody has, that takes into account that they didn't fail, they didn't screw it up, they didn't Steven Seagal it, if you will, they didn't Van Damme it, they didn't, you know what I mean? They have that longevity that they're still going today. They're still known, and they still pop in your head. It's like they're like that's it. It's like they're all great conversation pieces, Bruce Willis, Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, it's all of Hogan. The Rock, somebody said, these are all great ideas. And maybe 20 years from now, people will be saying guys like The Rock or something like that have a career longer. And it's like, oh yeah, Stallone is like right now, who's the greatest rock band? Nobody's going to say the Beatles. Right? The kids today, they're like, who are the Beatles? Like, get me a fly swatter. It's like they don't get it. And it's like they don't understand what came. So it's Schwarzenegger is definitely my thing, because again, as a child of the 80s, it's gonna be. I mean, but I suspect if you're a child of the 70s, you might be looking more towards your eastwards, just to that's it. Yeah, that's where I got Stallone and I also I put a lot of weight into the artist part of it too. Like how deep of an art, like I'm not taking anything away from Schwarzenegger. I admire him. He's I look up to everything he did. I love his story. His story of him, his brother, how hard they had it growing up, and he survives, his brother doesn't. It's all of that. It's it's an amazing, amazing story. And ironically, Stallone has a similar one. And it's that's where they came from. It's so, but then you look at Stallone's story and how he got there, and how much until you learned about him, you find out how good he was. and how smart he was. And not that Stallone is smart. I mean, he was the governor of California. He knows his stuff. He knows business. He knows that, you know, he knew how to manage everything. He knew how to market himself. Great. All the power. I mean, I get it. That's why they're up there, 1A, 1B. You know, I just think, and Tom Cruise is the same way. He's very smart at marketing himself. He's very smart at the business. I can't get enough Tom Cruise videos either. When you see like what he wants to help young actors with and stuff like that, learning the business. But yeah, I think, you know, for me personally, iconic. It's got to be, you know, Stallone or Schwarzenegger. For me, it's Stallone.
Yeah, man.
Great question.
And again, it's one of those where we can push at the parameters of it, and it's interesting how putting someone in that box of action star means it's hard to then bring them out of that to then be an actor, you know, which is why probably in terms of modern people, I mean, and guys have been talking in the chat about, you know, Liam Neeson, and there's talk of people like that, you know, again, Keanu Reeves. We're a little bit in terms of kind of going, oh, you know, best action star of all time. Recent ones seem to be people that break through, seem to be more diverse. They're better at different things. Yeah. So you can't then put them into one particular box. Whereas Stallone and Schwarzenegger, you kind of can, because they lent into that in the 80s. That's what they did, what they did. But yeah, no, well, it's a fascinating thing.
Here's one as a good example of why you tier them. And it's like, so Kurt Russell did action. I love him as an actor. I love his movies. Did an action movie, but when he did one with Stallone, Tango and Cash, who gets first billing? Even in your head, they could write it differently on the card, or they could write on the poster or whatever. But in your head, which is the bigger star? I mean, you know, it's like, you're not saying like, oh, Kurt Russell over. I mean, look at the movies, look at their, you know, their portfolios. But, and that's what makes, like, you know, TSG saying Tom Cruise again. It's like, if Tom Cruise was in a movie with anybody, he's first bill, right? But that's just the power of Tom Cruise, and his body of work goes beyond action. So that's why I kind of, you know, it's like you can't do all that. But
no, true, yeah. It's interesting. I mean, you know, we look back at the greatest of all time ones rather than contemporary ones.
Here's a good one that where you wouldn't consider him an action star. He's been in action movies. He's in a great series of action movies. And the last thing you ever think of him is an action star. Matt Damon.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Jason Bourne.
Yeah, but the Bourne movies were kind of...
That's Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it is. But I don't think of him as an action star.
Exactly. That's my point. He has been.
Yeah.
I mean, him playing, you know, Odysseus, that's an action movie. He's doing an action role. He is ripped. He's like Stalloned out body wise. He's an action star, but his body of work is so large that it's the last thing you think is action star. But he does action well.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Right. And that's how you know what I mean? That's how I look at like why I take Cruise out of it. It's like he does action really well. To your point, he does the stunts. He does all this stuff. Ryan Reynolds, same thing. Does action, does all of that, does the stunt, has fun with it. Okay. But his body of work is so much bigger. He does comedies. He does romantic comedies. He does drama. He does, you know, it's...
Which is why Paul's mentioning Ford. Now, I assume he doesn't mean the car. I think he means Harrison Ford.
Henry, he was great.
Henry T. Oh man, all four wheels.
Yeah,
he was really good. I mean, Harrison Ford, of course. I mean, because he again has got a much wider body of work. You know, he's obviously great in the Indiana Jones and Star Wars, but he's a proper actor.
I see a T-shirt.
Good old Scruffy. Good man. Like it.
I gotta remember that.
Actually, Chris Hemsworth mimight be one of a more modern action star. I mean, nowhere near GOAT.
Yep.
But still very, very good. And talk about someone who looks the part. I mean, he's a man mountain. I mean, he's absolutely ripped. But again,
he
says Charlton Heston, if you want to go way back. Now, you see, Don't get me wrong. I loved Ben-Hur this year. Awesome.
Yeah.
But what's interesting when you look at those is the body build, the body, the musculature of
Yeah.
the 50s action stars and the more, you
Yeah.
know, you don't see a six pack on Charlton Heston.
No. Well, remember
No.
the old Superman TV show?
Mm.
That is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah,
Superman body of today.
Yeah. Reeves, George Reeves.
George
George
Reeve.
Reeves was-
I think Christopher Reeves and
Reeve.
George Reeve or
George
something
Reeve.
like that.
Oh,
something
okay.
like that.
Fair
I
enough.
think,
Yeah,
if I remember right.
Mhm.
Something
Yeah.
like that. They're very similar.
Which, by the way, Hollywoodland is fantastic as
Yeah.
a movie with Ben Affleck as George Reeve.
Mhm.
That sequence where the kid points the gun at him and he freaks out and it's a real gun. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
whoa. I need to rewatch that. I've got the Blu-ray of that. I need to give that another go. Sorry, it's just reminded me.
Yeah.
All right, so
but
this one
yeah.
might be easier then. Who's the greatest movie director then? Action movie director.
Action?
Mm.
Oh, yeah. It's
Oh, it's got to be Bay, isn't it?
Babe
it's gotta be Michael
Bruckheimer.
Bay,
Those,
isn't it?
yeah, you're
Gotta be.
walking in there. It's just the
I mean,
way
The Rock,
the way
I mean,
they
the Transformers movies,
Yeah.
Armageddon. I mean,
Bay,
you know,
and
and
it's
it's such a style.
that low camera
Tony
shot
Scott.
that comes up. It's like who did
Maybe it
Ambulance?
isn't
Wasn't
that
that
easy.
Bay?
Yeah, it was.
Bay,
yeah, it was.
Ambulance. Yeah, all of that. It's
Tony Scott, actually, in fairness, it may have to be because again, such a style. You know, it was his film even if you didn't see his name, you know it was his. So actually, it might have to be him. In fairness, I think it might be Tony Scott. I
Bruckheimer.
wouldn't put Spielberg in that conversation, by the way. As much as I love him,
Too big
I
of a
wouldn't put
body
him-
of work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
too
like
versatile.
again,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
agree.
the action is too big of a body of work. It's like you'd look at it, it's like you could say Roland Emmerich. He does his. I mean, he does action for action's sake. Yeah,
James
Cameron. Yeah, is an action, but it's like, yeah, action's sci-fi. I think he's a bigger.
We putting Lucas in there.
That would be sci-fi. Greatest sci-fi director. That's
So
where you're
Star
getting
Wars not
Lucas
action?
Spielberg.
Mm.
You know,
Maybe it's not an easy choice.
no. Director is really. I mean, I'm getting to the point where it's. I mean, Nolan's got to be my favorite director of all time, and I love Lucas. I love Spielberg. I love.
Ooh,
But
okay.
looking at Nolan recently, it's like when I said to you the other day, like, when was the last time he had a dud? And reading through his portfolio, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, he
they're
hasn't.
all like, they're all awesome. Like,
Mm.
just you can't. And I know some people don't like Tenet, some people don't like certain things. I mean, every single one of them is just like crazy. HD
Yeah,
Report did a poll the other day I saw, and it was like they listed 4 movies, and it was like, what's the most evergreen movie from Nolan? And he listed 4 of them. Oh my God. And I tried to think, I was like, at first I was going to say Tenet. It wasn't on the list because of the way they use time, but then you have Memento. And I'm like, he's done that and he's done that. It's like he's been so like iconic, like he does so many different things, you know, like it's just like a way of kind of like Tarantino, like Pulp Fiction, and the way he presented that movie. It's like it's crazy. There's so many.
Yeah, it is.
So many.
Eric Ridgely's a good shout for George Miller. Of
Yeah.
course, with Fury Road and talk about recent ones, but also Mad Max back in the day, and Happy Feet, obviously. There we go. Which he did direct.
All right.
All right. Okay, come on. We could do that all night. Right? That one could run and
Not
run.
like
and
we haven't. All right. Another great question. All right. You ready to get into the show here?
Yeah, go on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. All right. Denzel, cue it up.
We are Brightside Theater.
Hey, home theaters, welcome to the Brightside Home Theater Podcast, the multi-award-winning giving and receiving home theater podcast. It's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the scenes.
Nice. You've got such the streak going. You haven't screwed up yet.
Well, man, it's I come on in the end there and swoop all the glory. It's the way to be. Way to be.
Even John is screwed up at times.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, it's just
Remember, I'd be like, this. No, I mean, when he was on the show, I'd be like, the sights, and he'd be like, oh yeah, mate. What was the scene? Like, you got 2 words.
Oh, those wondering from last week,
so
by the way,
fun.
anyone wondering last week about John and our casting our biopic? So we did speak to John this week, and John has cast himself, which is J.K. Simmons as John. So that's who he chose. Did you see that? Did you not see that, Deej?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh man,
was that in that group?
So,
I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. So he has cast himself as J.K. Simmons. So there we go. So we've got our biopic complete.
Just a little like peek behind the curtain, guys. Like people watching, listening at home. We have a group chat, obviously. John's still in it. We talk weekly pretty much. And we actually I talk to John more. I hear more from John in that than I do privately. And it's funny because I'll come back to my phone and these two will get going and be like, oh, here they go. They're talking about my phone's got a like red bubble of like 54 because they decide to talk soccer. And I don't know if they can only, well, you give one side of the score, I'll give the other. And it's back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, I can't keep up.
No, fair play. But
funny.
he's doing well. Anyone wondering, by the way, he's doing really well, and he's things are going okay. So that's good news. Okay, right. So let me say hi to everyone in the chat. Then just this side of the thing. Anyone, by the way, just listening to the audio only. We've just had nearly 35 minutes of chat about the greatest action movie star of all time. So anyone that wants to know what we think of that, then feel free to go onto YouTube and have a listen to that. A lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Okay, so people in the chat then. So Jordan was first in tonight. Well done, Jordan.
Well, I was first in.
Were you first in? I don't see your name there, Deej. God.
I think I was. Did it come in after? Did I come in after? No, I was
Jordan
the
is
first
top.
in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Jordan,
probably.
yes,
Oh, yeah, that was at 3:40 though. I was in this morning, right after I made it.
It doesn't say that here. If your name's not down, it didn't happen.
You didn't see what I said?
No, what did you say? Get lost, everybody.
Yeah, no. I'm like, can't wait for the show. I said something like, oh crap. I just saw it too. I'm surprised it's not there. Something about you're not what did I say? Something about don't miss this show. Don't you might admit. Oh yeah. Don't judge this show before you see it, otherwise you'll dread it. Something like that. Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to be cute like you, Steve.
I like I can't help but be cute.
I'm talking about verbally.
Oh damn! All right, well, there we go. Fair enough. I won't be too insulted. Right, so Jordan was properly in first. Then hold
after all that, Steve just dismisses me altogether. Yeah, Jordan was properly in first. Thanks, Deej. Thanks for
you said I was only verbally cute. I mean, what the hell? Well, book into this
face made for radio.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ain't that the truth?
Why did these guys get on YouTube?
Actually, by the way, Deej, just so earlier in the week,
just between us,
yeah, earlier in the week, I had to appear to represent a client at a court quite far away, and rather than drive there, I said, I'll do it virtually. I'll do it over what we call CVP. It's Court Virtual Platform. And so I join, right? And I plug in the microphone. So I've got this all there. And I do the hearing. And whilst the magistrates are out deciding, the legal advisor, who's who advises the magistrates because they're not legally trained, says, he comes on, he said, Mr. George, he said, that's a very professional setup you've got there. I'm like, well. I said, yeah. I haven't really got a podcast on this. It's just, just the way it is.
Yeah.
But there we go. So feathering my cap. I was all chuffed. Anyway, moving on.
I've jumped on calls, like Zoom calls and stuff with the setup, whether it be here, not so many here, but even back at the house when I had a podcast studio, and it'd be like, I'd try to put something over the posters in the back or something. But even just to set up the audio, and it was like, you sound so good. It's like everybody else is like, just. Just a little hobby of mine.
I did blur the background so they couldn't see the arcade machine, but it's not terribly professional, but it was all good. Right. So anyway, I digress. So Wild Book is in. Hey, Wild Booker. Sig Judge is in as well. Eric Ridgely's in. Hey, guys. We had Falcor VR in, just saying, what's this? I like you already. And then we've got Marcus Kuzman's in. Hey, Marcus. Centauro 74's in, saying, Buenas tardes, Steve. So I've said hello to him. Hey, how you doing? And again, we said Professor Philippe's in from Brazil. Very cool. Yeah, man, we are truly international, as we well know.
Oh, we picked up another country. By the way,
one?
yeah.
Which one?
Turks and Caicos. It's got to be vacation.
Man.
Turks and
That's
Caicos,
what, dude, I'm telling you,
133.
We need to do a cruise, Deej. We need to do a cruise to all these places. That'll be
for
nice.
more than that, for more reasons than just that.
Oh yeah. And then Mars 7352's in as well. Hey buddy, good to see you. Scruffy's in. We already said hi to Scruffy. TSG's in. Hey buddy. Ariel Alanis is in. Paul X Rentals in, who's of course our another local boy. So he's in. And I saw some others. Who else did I see? Oh, getting down there now. Right, 2 seconds, nearly there. Oh, Mike Piantadosi's in, saying today is Monday, correct? It is, Mike. Sorry, buddy. Again, we had to change the day because of me and work this week. It's been crazy. Old School Kung Fu Films is in. Hey, buddy. Rach is in. Hey, Rach. And Captain AC3 is in as well. So, yeah. So, again, thanks, guys, for dropping in on our non-usual day. One of the things that's very cool about this, actually, DJ, and I know you and I have talked about this, is we can just drop in on a random day just because it suits us better. Yeah. And in the old days, we'd have thought, well, you might get 1 or 2 people in, but we can pretty much guarantee a certain number of people, no matter when we do it, whether we do it on a Tuesday lunchtime as part of a Takeover Tuesday, and we just go live for the hell of it, or we move it. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate you doing that. Yeah, because we are messing with your life.
And it's been great that people are they're responsive and they show up in the chat. It's like we move the show on short notice like this, and the numbers are there. It's like relatively the same numbers. We moved it once on a Thursday. Well, that was a little later, but then all of a sudden the numbers shot up. We did that surprise one. That's the one, and the number we're like that's higher than normal. Probably because people didn't know who we were. And once they found out, they ducked out. But okay,
back to normal.
You got to learn about us somehow. But everybody's been. Nobody complains. Nobody's like, I really like Tuesday. So if you could try to stay, nobody, not a peep. Everybody's been great. True. So that, and I don't know if you guys, people. I'm not sure. I didn't understand it till I did the show. Until you start doing the show and the responsibility that you feel for it, and it's like it is draining on you if you think you're failing people. And because of people aren't upset and people aren't doing this, we don't think twice. It helps us with our regular lives be relaxed and okay and be like, hey, what? Because Steve, it's like before we started doing it, it was stressful. It was like, all right, I got to do this because you think you got to do it. You got to be there. You got to do this. And then when we finally moved and there was no pushback, no nothing, it was like, it makes your day so much better. If you can't make it, you can't make it. And you guys have been so receptive. And I can't explain how grateful we are for that.
Yeah.
So
man,
thank you.
Here.
Yeah. Great topic.
I'll wave my order.
You want to know who our first subscriber was on YouTube?
Ooh, who was that?
Somehow today. Probably should have mentioned this in the subscriber only, in the YouTube channel only one, but hey, what the heck for the people that are listening to the audio only. So I can look back and see all the people that make their subscriptions public. So if you're private, I don't see them because I can only see 460 people, and we have like, I don't know, is it 1,400?
15, maybe 1,500, I think it is. Yeah.
So our very first subscriber, December 25th, 2020, which was the day I dropped a video of a theater. Adriano. Good fella. Nice. Adriano was our very first subscriber. Yeah,
he's not on X as much anymore. I think he's kind of thing,
I think
but he does drop in.
A few things he's dropped in here and there. Yeah,
he's good as gold. Yeah, he's still about, but he's moved on to other social media, but he does still listen because he does drop in and he likes the tweets and stuff. So good man. Yeah, we like
our most recent subscriber was July
Mhm.
8th, which was like almost a month ago. So if you haven't subscribed yet, push that button.
Mm.
Is
Ring that bell.
Figman Judge is the most recent.
Yeah, see,
Now,
Judge,
they-
he's
Yep.
he's in the chat. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, he's
yeah.
there.
So that's our most recent subscriber. That is public for all,
Yeah,
that we know.
quite, yeah. Mhm.
So
Yeah. So what if you're not a subscriber and you are listening to this, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Please do. It helps us to kind of grow the numbers, and it's and it's also
well,
very
that
cool.
is how we grow the numbers, by getting subscribers. So that's not even
Makes
a joke.
sense. Yeah. Oh, good old Mike. Mike, see, he's a man after my own heart. This man. So I watched
Oh,
Event Horizon and I loved it. First time seeing it.
Oh,
thought
wow.
The transfer was great. Such a good film. Such
Yeah.
a good film. I just want the director's cut. I would love that, but it doesn't really exist. But I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Fabled footage. But there we go. Right, right, Deej. Come on, we're
right.
52 minutes in, and
50
we've got some awesome stuff.
Yes. All right. We ready to get? Oh, I got to share the screen here. Because I did that before and then lost everything. So we're
Yeah,
going with this one, right? We're going with what I got behind
Yeah.
me.
Oh,
I've got
yes,
that.
we certainly are.
You
We are.
introduce it. You introduce it, and then I will introduce how we ended up with this. How we ended
Okay.
up with this little journey we're gonna go on over the next few
Oh
weeks.
man, yes,
Do-
indeed.
Yeah, we'll take you back in time. No, literally take you back in time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And take you back in time. And all right, here we go.
Okay, so this week's slightly left field choice, and again, Deej will explain why, is the 2017 instant classic, which is Darkest Hour. So the Churchill, it's not quite a biopic because it only deals with a few days in his, literally about 2 weeks, I think it is, in his premiership, around the time of the Dunkirk evacuations, and when things were looking very bleak for the UK, and indeed for most of Europe. And this is my one's on 4K UHD disc
Yep.
in Dolby Atmos, Deej.
We'll talk about that. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Original
Here's yours.
Dolby Atmos.
Dolgy.
Dolby Atmos.
Oh my
Dolce
God.
& Gabbana.
All right. Quick segue here. I'm sorry. This is too funny. So our show notes are done with AI. I don't write those. I go back in and I change the format a little bit, but it's all written. And it's like every 1 week I'm hosting the show according to AI. Another week you're hosting the show. Last week it said, instead of saying, like, I always change it to we, or not we, I change it to Steve and DJ, so it's somebody else wrote it. And because somebody else did. And it's written from your perspective last week. And it's like, this week I was talking to Deege, Deege.
Deege.
It's like, okay, that sounds about right for AI. So anyways,
Yeah.
back to Darkest Hour.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So okay, yeah. So I've got this in 4K UHD disc, Dolby Atmos, Deej got it, Kaleidoscape, and 4K DTS HD 5.1 master audio. So yeah, and I mean, I have reviewed this disc on the show ages ago, way back
did?
when. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I did. And we just kind of slotted it in, and because I remember John talking about how he wanted to see it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But this was the second time I'd seen it and seen this disc, and I watched it last night. And I kid you not, Dee. So for reasons you're going to explain in a minute, this is going to be the start of a sequence of movies, a little season
Yeah.
about this sequence of events at around this time. So and I sat down to watch it last night, and I thought, well, it's a 2 hour and 5 minute film, and I thought, right,
Yeah.
I've got about an hour I can watch, and then I'll watch the rest tomorrow because it was getting late, and I thought, fine. Put it on.
Yep.
2 hours and 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
it finished, and it could have been half an hour.
Yeah.
This was riveting, and I mean, I had forgotten just how good this is, and what an absolute towering performance from Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill.
Oh.
It is an absolute masterpiece, this movie. So what did you think of this? Because this was your first watch, man. So
The movie?
yeah.
Yeah.
Your perspective on it's completely different to mine. So what did you make of it?
When you put the list out, I was like, all right, I'm interested in that. I love Gary Oldman. I love the subject. I love the subject. I love history, this history in particular, and learning about it. So I was kind of excited for it. So I came in, I wouldn't say with high hopes, but
some hopes.
Expecting greatness. Let's just say, like, I knew it was going to be good. I'd heard about it, and I knew it was going to be good. But I didn't know it was going to be this good. The story is great, and the way they told the story is great. Gary Oldman is unreal.
Yes.
And the presentation, the home theater experience, this is why it's the show title. It's like we said before the show, if we can't convince you that this is a must own, then we aren't doing our job.
Man.
And Steve and I are going to go back and forth about the audio. I think we both experienced the same thing. And it's great. I can't wait to talk about it. And I don't even want to call it a debate, but discuss it with you. One thing we're going to absolutely agree on, it's going to be a discussion, but the picture is unreal. This is unreal. It is absolutely unreal.
It's flawless.
It's ridiculously. Like, you're like, I don't want to say it takes you out of the movie, because you just look at it, you're just in awe of it. It puts it sucks you into the movie so much. You're just like, because you're looking for flaws. To your point, you're like, there's got to be. Show me a grain out of place, anything, something. It is you're there. It ridiculously is like you're there.
It is. I mean, it does almost take you out of it, because it's so sharp. You're not used to seeing historical events told in this kind of quality. So it does, to a certain extent, push it that. But yeah, it's a 185 movie, so it fills your screen.
Yeah.
And it's a movie that is shot in close up. Pretty much the entire movie is shot in the face of the protagonist. There are obviously some long shots and establishing shots where it would be very weird, but the majority of this movie, I'd love to know what the timings are. I'll bet you of 2 hours and 5 minutes, about an hour and say 30 is in close up. Not even mid shot. I reckon it's close up. Yeah. And that, for a movie shot digitally at what must be higher than 4K, it's got to be.
Yeah.
But so a movie shot digitally at that distance from the characters' faces, where the camera is locked off for most of the time, and where the lighting is a thing of beauty.
Gorgeous.
It's 4K
scene
Nirvana.
After scene.
Yeah, it is.
The scene when they come into his room, I think that when you're introduced to him, right? And you go into his bedroom, and the lights are off and the blinds are closed. You go into it, pure blackness. And the way they bring the light into that scene is unreal. It's just it's like you're in the room. Your eyes dilate. You're like, what the heck? Like, you can't see I can't even imagine what that scene would look like on a well set up 150-inch screen, the way the light comes into the room, and you're just like, oh my God. It's like, and the distance I'm sitting away from my screen is a 75-inch, but it's the old, and you're right there, and the light comes in, you're like, wow. And then the colors are just natural, gorgeous. The depth, like, I remember talking about in Predator, where you could see the humidity in the air, and I love that, right? This makes that looks like Sunday morning cartoons. The way the smoke that's in the air, and there is a lot in that. The atmosphere that you can feel, like, literally taste, because it's shot so much detail. You're like, it's like a piece of dust floats by, and you're like, is that in my room or on the screen?
The dust motes are hypnotic.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. So
it's reference 4K, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. It is.
It has to be referenced. There can't be any. You cannot improve on this. And no. And if you want to get, if for any reason the story doesn't grab you, which I'd be very surprised about, but if it doesn't grab you, then just spend your time watching the stitching on the suits. Look at the way the shirts fall. Look at how the wrinkles form at the base of his neck. I mean, I mean, I was reading on IMDb. Actually, it's one of the rare occasions where I gave up on the trivia section of IMDb because it goes on forever. But he brought in a Japanese makeup artist who's one of the world's best makeup artists who had retired to become like an artist or something. And Gary Oldman said, "I'm only doing the movie if you could bring this guy back to do it." So one of the world's best makeup artists has worked on this, and it's fun to see if you can see the joins, and you can't. And so, but you can see the detail on the skin, the ties, the shirts, everything. Yeah. It's bananas.
Yeah.
And then when you then apply that with the lighting, with the detail, with again your black level shadow details, bonkers in this.
Without the lighting the way it is, you can't. If it's not lit properly, you don't get anything of what you just said. Because if you just throw a floodlight on something, it's going to flatten it. Right.
Yeah.
You need to have the lighting appropriately angled so that you see the dimensions you're trying to show with the shot. Right. Yeah. It's like if the light's just literally on top of the camera, you're just going to throw light right at the thing and you're going to flatten out any textures. Yeah. So you have to light it appropriately, not too bright, not too dark, not this, not that. And when you get into stuff like that, the fabric that is used comes into play because different fabrics reflect light and absorb light differently. And the weight of these coats, of these articles, and that you're looking at, just the thickness of the weave that you're seeing. And it's like, it's ridiculously well done. Like,
it is. I agree. I mean, and then you do get to the audio, and I mean, the audio is for a film that's ostensibly a drama. I mean, Gary Oldman will not be the greatest action movie hero of all time. This movie is a drama, and it's supposed to be a political.
Well, he
thriller.
was in The Dark Knight. He was in
Dark Knight. Yeah. He was in Leon, or The Professional, as you guys call it, and of course, Book of Eli, which I love. Actually, we never said Denzel, man, as a goat as well.
Oh, no, he's the greatest podcaster of all time.
He's the greatest Brightsider of all time.
Yeah, there you
go. But yeah, so the sound in this for a drama is, I think, this is one of those movies, actually, Deej, where I would love to sit down and talk to the sound designer. Mm-hmm. I think this is an incredibly sophisticated mix. I think it's deceptively sophisticated.
Yeah.
This is
Gravity-esque.
A load of people in the room, and that was it. I think we're not far off that. Yeah, I think we are, because it's fascinating. I mean, on the surface, as you and I, because we were texting during the movie. I mean,
both of us watching it.
Just not for the first time this week. The surface. On the surface, it's about the audio and the dialogue, because of course Churchill was a world-renowned orator. Yeah. And again, as they say in the movie, he weaponized the English language.
Yeah. And that wasn't his quote, though. That was, I read that in the trivia.
Yeah, it was
they put it in the movie the way it is. It was said, but it was
a journalist that came up with it. Yeah, an American journalist, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
But it's a great quote. So he was so ostensibly it's all about the dialogue. And so the center channel is key for that. But it's way more sophisticated than that. And so you get incredible atmospherics, and it's not just all the voices in Parliament, all around you. It's not just that. I mean, the sequences that you and I were talking about last night, and I would point anyone to, are the sequences in the War Cabinet. So whenever they're in the bowels of Whitehall, listen for the air filtration system going around the room. You can hear it rattling and humming. Yeah. And it's in the mix I couldn't work out whether it's in the mix to just remind you as to where they are, or whether it's a tension building device. I think it might be a bit of both. So you've got this kind of this humming tension in the room. And I think it's phenomenal. And actually twice, right? This is, people are going to say, oh yeah, what a load of nonsense. I promise you, twice. Twice during those sequences in the War Cabinet, I paused the movie to make sure it wasn't something outside the room.
Exactly. I did the exact same thing. You sent me a timestamp of 50 minutes and listen in that room, and for the ventilation system, right? And you had said it. I had already gone by it, or I think I was like, which one did he say? I'm like, okay, but it happens multiple times in the movie.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And it's during the quiet times. Do that. Don't be shy. Just pause it and watch how the room just empties with sound where it's a quiet scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Now, to your point, that bunker, if you will, that had a different atmospheric sound than, say, The Office or his house or where they did that on purpose so that you knew. You're like, you felt like you were in that room. That's what I think the sound designer was going for. Let's put the viewer in the room so that, because the detail, you're already sucked in with the detail. And now it's like, okay, we're going to put you in the room like you feel like your ventilation system's going off. The sounds around you, it's everything, and it's so low. It's so much just atmospheric, and I think it helps. I don't know. You got to experience it. I feel bad for people watching this on a sound bar. Can you imagine what that sounds like, all coming straight at you? Like,
well, it's just not the movie, is it? It's just, you're not getting the experience that this was intended to get. Yeah. And I mean, it's not just, I mean, that's an awesome scene, but then this movie, then you get some bombing scenes, you get some planes, which in Atmos, of course, you've got above you. You could hear the planes above. Yeah. You get the bass, you get the creeping explosions. You get when they're in Buckingham Palace and he's having lunch with the king. By the way, Ben Mendelsohn's fantastic at this.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I could listen to him talk all day. So clever. Bear in mind he's an Aussie. You know, the accent work in this
exactly
flawless, right?
Yeah.
But when they're in Buckingham Palace and having listen out for the changing of the guard going on outside.
Yeah.
Listen out for the crowds outside. You could hear all that too. And oh man, it is so good. And as I said, the sophistication level of this soundtrack is bananas.
So like you said with the Atmos, it's like I had DTS Master Audio 5.1 upmixed, of course, and it felt like Atmos because there was a particular scene where a vent got stronger, like it kicked on higher or something. And it was located perfectly in my room above and where I don't have speakers, towards the front, above, away from, like my heights are, my overheads are towards the back of the room, but sound was coming towards the front overhead where the vent would be. And it was just like, and it's a subtle, like, and then all of a sudden it kicked in. And I'm sure you were experiencing the same thing but the location that they did. And again, like you said, the planes overhead, and there's that one shot where they come up from the bunker in the ground, the hole, and you go all the way up, and then now it goes back down. If you haven't seen the movie, you'll know what we're talking about when you see it. But it's like you go up out of the ground into the sky, and now you come back down into the ground, and the sound goes with it. And it's a lot of conversations will start off screen. I think there was one with Gary Oldman, Churchill starts speaking and you see like his nose on the right side of the screen, and that's where his voice comes, and he steps into the shot and his voice goes perfectly with it.
Yeah.
And it's the other thing about the picture is what I think makes this so incredible. That isn't what Gary Oldman looks like.
No.
That's prosthetics, makeup, all of that. Right? And they were not afraid to get that close. Check that out. The detail that you get. Now, there are times where you could see a little bit of a line, but you're working real hard to see something wrong. And you're like, maybe that is the way it would look. Maybe he did have that,
I think this is as dramatic a transformation as Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
That's where I was going to go with it. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Unrecognizable.
I think this is, the only reason I would say this is better is they did not do close-ups like this with that detail on the Penguin, right? This is, like you said, like this 185, your whole screen, and it's I wanted to take pictures for the show, but again, I'd already paused it enough for the sound. I didn't want to take more pictures. I didn't want, and you can't literally do it justice talking about it, and never mind showing a picture on YouTube. You'd be like, yeah, that looks like, okay, it's a sideways view of Steve. Okay.
Hey. Never.
Yeah, no, it's just so good. And then again, the movie too, it's a great start to what we're doing.
Should we give the names of the movies, Steve, so people, if they want to see them, they can kind of follow along?
Let me pull up your.
I did cheat a bit with AI. I must admit, I cheated with the. I knew the rough order, but I did get AI to double check.
Yeah, that's fine. And then I added in the last one, so we have 6.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So obviously we started with The Darkest Hour. The reason we're doing this list is I had watched Dunkirk, put it into our picture grouping, and Steve came up with this idea. So I had watched Dunkirk because I wanted to do another Nolan film with the aspect ratios, and Dunkirk, of course, and that's what we're doing next week. So we'll talk about that then. Third movie. Now, the reason is, so Darkest Hour is World War II from May 10th to May 28th, and it leads literally right into Dunkirk. What I was going to tell you earlier, that so when you see Dunkirk, anybody that's seen it knows there are 3 aspects of this movie. So the plane, okay, that's 1 hour time frame. All right. The people and the civilians in the boat, that's 1 day. And then the beach is 1 week. You add this in, The Darkest Hour is 1 month, all leading to the same day, which is so cool. I didn't know that going into this.
Okay.
When I started the movie, I was like, okay. And I started, you're paying attention. I'm like, oh my God. And then I read your thing and I was like, oh. And it's like, it's literally 1 month, because there are parts in The Darkest Hour where they're talking about what's going on at Dunkirk, what's happening at the other, the history, it. I mean, it fills in a lot of backstory, but it's like, so now we have month, week, day, hour for all the same. And I think this came out the year before Dunkirk, right? 2016.
This is 2017. This one.
Oh, so Dunkirk was the same year.
Yeah. I think they came out backwards in terms of the order of release. But
okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're not that synced.
So after Dunkirk, so in 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing Operation Mincemeat. That I have not seen, and I hadn't seen The Darkest Hour until now.
Yeah, that's only on Blu-ray over here. We haven't got a 4K. I don't know if there's a 4K.
I got to track it down. I'm not. I haven't looked yet.
Colin Firth and various others. Very good.
So that's
about, for people wondering. People wondering what that relates to. Operation Mincemeat was the diversion for the Normandy landing. So the idea with Operation Mincemeat is, how do we convince the Germans that we are going to land somewhere other than Juno Beach and Omaha Beach and Dog Green Sector. So that's what Operation Mincemeat is about, which is something I didn't know until I'd seen it. And I have reviewed it on the show. That's what that's all about. Yeah.
Okay. So then, and that is going to be interesting, because in the fourth one we're doing is Pressure, which I've already seen. So yeah, you have that takes place from June 2nd to June 5th. Our 5th movie, Saving Private Ryan, takes place June 6th, 1944. All right. So the first 2 take place in 1940. The third one's in 43. The last two I mentioned are 44. And then I sent the one to Steve. We're going to do April 1945, Downfall, which that's from the other side. You see the last days of Hitler in the bunker. So that one was given to me by Todd a few months ago. He said, check this out. And more than a few months ago, I think. And he's like, the base in that is crazy, because of they're everywhere else. They're dropping bombs. Just, it's like from inside the bunker, you hear it. He said it's crazy, and it's a great movie history wise. So we'll wrap up with the downfall where it all went wrong.
Yeah, we won't put
poor
Valkyrie
Adolf.
in the middle of those. We could do Valkyrie in there as well, Deej.
Yeah,
Which is the
Yeah.
plot to assassinate Hitler. Anyway, we'll be there. Then we'll do Escape to Victory, and then we'll do
yeah, exactly.
the Great Escape. And
Yeah, it's,
actually, G. Cornell was.
when do we do
somehow got
Sound of
wind this.
Music?
Edelweiss. I had somehow Greg Cornell's got wind of this. I don't know how G. Cornell. And he was emailing me earlier and saying about, well, what about Colditz and what about Stalag 17 and what about the Great Escape? And I'm thinking, man, we're going to be watching these forever.
Yeah,
We're watching these to World War III.
we'll roll
So,
right into First Blood. We get through
Do we get to win this time?
Yeah, exactly. We'll go right through that war into the Korean and go into
Hamburger Hill. We'll
Oh
do,
god,
you know,
yeah, Platoon.
But no, so it's going to be a really fun little season in this kind of snapshot of time, and it's
Yeah.
and don't people wonder why the hell have they picked these? It is literally as Deej says, it was built around Dunkirk, and I get why Deej wanted to rewatch that, and I really want to see it again. I mean, so and it's just thinking, well, actually, we can widen that out with movies we've already got that are really good movies, and one in particular, Pressure, is coming for me later this week. It came out.
That's topical. It's new. Yeah,
Comes out tomorrow in the US.
Yeah,
Not out here till September. So I've imported it from the US. So it'll be here, I reckon, Friday or Saturday. So these are all movies we've either or got or already have or coming soon, and they're all good movies. So it's a fun thing to kind of just drop in. And I know we're late. We probably should have done these in June. Sorry about that, by the way. There's some idiots having a party outside making a right racket. Sorry if you can hear that.
Right.
I'll close the windows in a minute. Either that or just pop out there with a baseball bat. Anyway, that's another option. That'll quiet them down.
Yeah.
We'll do.
And you'll be on call for yourself.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Go and see myself in the cells. So that's the reason for it. But I get we're late. Should have been in June. We should have done this really.
That's all right.
But that's okay.
Again, we've said it a million times. It's like it's whatever inspires us. That's what makes this great. What are you going to watch next in your theater and why? And that's what makes it interesting. I have we have a couple of comments in the chat we'll get to in a second about this movie, but I have one for you. Two questions. One, how historically accurate is the movie as a whole? And two, the subway scene, how accurate is that? Or was that put in for the movie just to give you that message that he did speak to some people, but they put it that way? Is that how it went?
That's my understanding. Now, I did World War II and Nazi Germany as part of my sort of not post-grad, but undergrad sort of stuff. We call them A-levels, and I did an A-level in this period of time. Certainly the movie itself was shot. Did you know what I'm on about? With locations. Yeah. This movie
all
actually,
in Spain.
Unusually, this was shot in the places where this stuff happened, including Parliament, by the way. So this was all shot on location, Whitehall, various places. It really was shot where this thing took place, which gives it a real air of kind of verisimilitude of realness. So in terms of the way the events unfolded, I've got to lean on IMDb, and certainly some of the events in this movie are questioned and have been questioned by historians. Halifax, for instance, is seen as a bit of a scheming so-and-so in this, and is all out for suing for peace and negotiating. I understand historians have said actually it may have been a ruse, a ploy to actually buy time to get them off the beach to do this stuff. And so it may well be, whereas in this, he comes across as a bit one-dimensional.
Yeah, but I kind of got that message myself just on first watch. I was like, look, I felt like they were kind of saying that in their first meeting, like, hey, can we have the meeting? And like, without saying, like, because I felt like the way people were writing stuff, they don't know who to trust. They conveyed it fairly well, like almost like they didn't know who to trust in that room, like 100%. Like you never know. So like nobody ever wanted to say in that room, like, all right, let's have the meeting, but stab them in the back by evacuating at the same time. Try to slow things down just by sitting down and talking to them. Right. I felt like that's the message they were getting across without saying it. And it was,
you
know what I mean?
It's a bit more one-dimensional than that. I thought they just present this guy as a scheming coward You know, that's
Yeah.
kind of, and you know, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's the impression I got from the film, because you
Yeah.
know, it wasn't that long ago, and his family is still alive, and I'm sure fairly litigious. You can't defame a dead person, but you can defame a
The
family.
family can be upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that some of the events are and have been questioned, and some of the character motivations. But again, bear in mind, though, Deej, this is a movie about DEEGE. This is a movie about that's an AI. This is a movie about.
Speaking of which, AI, as you're listening to this, doing the show notes, it's DJ, as in D, letter D, J. Okay, see if the AI gets that. I just said
What are you doing, Deej? So
Flip that.
This is a movie about politicians, and it's a movie about, and of course, by nature, they can be duplicitous, and you can't always know what they're talking about, and you don't always rely on what they say. So I think there being some question about the motives and intentions is understandable.
Yeah.
So now, but as I understand it, the sequence in the subway, in the underground, the tube, we would call it. By the way, he does refer to it only as the underground, and that's for an American audience who are wondering what the tube would be.
Yeah. I know what it
that's
is.
that was an Americanism there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that, as I understand it, is a complete invention. I understand that's you know, it may be that he once traveled on the tube.
Yeah.
But the idea that he went down there and consulted with everyday Brits is
Right.
not. I mean, that's just not.
I think
that's
it's a
not how it happened.
good way to put it
Great
into the
scene.
movie. Great
Yeah,
scene.
lovely scene.
I personally have no doubt that he probably did that to a degree, just not that way. Like, he talked to some people to get that
driver and
idea.
he's, you know,
To get like, how would you? Because I thought it was a great scene. I thought it was a great scene to show, you know, the spirit of the people at the time, which is probably true. I mean, who would deny that they didn't feel that way at the time, especially after the fact? Like, no, I wanted to surrender.
That's the thing. Yeah, quite. Well, there again.
I was brushing up on my German. Like, what?
I was learning all the verbs.
Exactly.
Yeah. There is some suggestion again in that IMDb stuff about how, you know, they thought he would have lost a general election at any point during the war. So that suggests that not everyone was happy with his leadership. But again, that's the nature of, again, as you
and that's without social media.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Without John
this
Thompson.
isn't new. What goes on social media is not new. It's like, this has been going on forever.
But what I like is so I think definitely it wasn't the case that everybody at the time thought, you know, go get him, you know, stuff it to the Nazis. I think but in hindsight, that's absolutely the Blitz spirit, you know, the Battle of Britain spirit, all that nonsense that they give here is I think something that probably at the time people didn't necessarily feel. But I suppose the best compliment I could put about this, Deej, and that scene in the subway in particular, is it's a scene I want to be true.
Yeah.
And that's the best compliment I think I could pay of this film.
Yeah.
I want it to have been that way, even though I know it's not.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, exactly. And at least it shows like his motivation was true. Like, the events that followed are true. Right. A lot of the speeches that were in here, they're documented. They were
they're up.
So they're out there. So his motivation and what he actually did and said is true. And here we get a glimpse of possibly how he came to come to that opinion, to form his opinion to guide the country in this time. You know, so it's like, I mean, I'm sure it's true to a degree, you know, a very strong degree, you know. So,
and what did you make of it? Did you, I mean, I'm fascinated as I was watching it. I was thinking, I wonder what Deej is going to be making of this. You know, I mean, did you? So you saw it on your own? You didn't bring, you know, Meg or Jen?
Yeah, no, it was all by myself. Yeah, just
because they're Anglophiles, aren't they? They love, you know, English stuff. You know, Downton Abbey's their fave, and Harry Potter and all that. So did you find it? Did you find it quaint and terribly British, or was it kind of universal themes and that kind of thing?
Yeah, universal for sure. Like the leadership going from the king to the prime minister to the idea of like, this is how we lead our people. I mean, you think about it, it's like we over here, right? Our form of government is literally based off of that. For better, like, okay, our form of government takes your strengths and tries to correct what they perceived as weaknesses. and I see exactly what is going on. I love what's going on there. You kind of see the same type of system in a much different way. But it's like, I get it. And it's steeped in history because you have so much more history, right? Thousands of years. We just had our 250th. Like, that's nothing. That's a weekend to your country, right?
Yeah. Well, if I tell you, Deech, we have there is a church with a clock literally 5 minutes away from here, which is 400 years old.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I mean, it's thousands of years old, that country, and its history is that. So like the way things are done is based in trial and error over thousands of years. And it's like, so the things that you're still doing, why would you stop? And to see it in action here and to see like what people are doing, and even to the point, like we were saying about Halifax, like somebody has to speak that side of the argument, right? You as a defense attorney understand that. It's like somebody has to stand, so to keep the other side, to keep Churchill honest, to keep Churchill like, all right, I'm going to do it this way. Well, what about this? And it's like, and you see that, and everybody's motivation is the same. They want what's best for the country. And in this case, this isn't like what we're going through right now, especially over here where we're arguing over ridiculous, like popularity things. This is life and death. And this, like literally of the country that's thousands of years old. They're like, our history could be gone. And they were like, it's a great message of, hey, this could be the end of us as we know it. Right. And like, we're done. The British Empire is over for good. And everybody's like, all right, we ain't going down talking about it, which was awesome. It's a great way to look at it. And it's like, and to see how they came to that decision with their method of governance, it was awesome. I think I was fascinating.
Oh, nice. Oh, good. Oh, that's interesting. I'm interested to hear that and then see kind of as we move forward through it.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So it's a must watch.
And must watch, must own, understand as a home theater movie. If you're the show, it's absolutely a must watch, must own, because you're gonna be fascinated, absolutely fascinated. For as Steve and I were saying about the audio. Like we were talking yesterday about it, and it's like, it's not action movie, but it's up there with action movie because this is not an action movie, but you're just enthralled with the audio. And is this a new listener? I'm not really sure. Greg, the Awesome Ninja.
Never heard of him.
Great comment. Or question, I should say, is it because the silence and quiet parts of the film required more detailed audio instead of a loud, muddy action film that's just as chaotic? It's exactly what it is, Greg. It's these scenes are so intricate, but they're supposed to be quiet scenes. And then, as Steve and I were saying, I think it pulls you in because the dialogue is so important and it gives you some focus, and and then suddenly you realize you're in that room and you hear it. And whereas an action movie, it's just, there's sounds for sound's sake. And when I saw you wrote this question, Greg, I was like, this is the issue that we had years ago with Twister. And it's like, it's a great audio track that we were always saying like, well, yeah, it's great, but it's not Gravity, because Gravity is precise in the audio is precise and I literally said it on the show, like Twister is just sounds going off all over the place until the Twister Atmos track came out. And we were like, that is Gravity with chaos, where you do have some precision. So you can't do that in an action movie. But in the case of The Darkest Hour, it's just so precise. It's so good. And it's so meaningful as well. It's part of the movie. And it is exactly it. It's they could have done nothing. The movie'd still be as good. Right? It's like, Gary Oldman's acting is just as good. The story is just as good. The ventilation system does not need to be there. But the fact that it adds a layer to it that just adds so much more to the movie that, people listening to the show, home theater people, just can, so appreciate. So yeah, great question. And then
Mikey,
Mikey in the chat. I lose money every time I watch this podcast. You lose money, Mikey, but you gain another great experience.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, I'd be really curious to see what other people in the chat do make of it. If you haven't seen it, kind of what.
Yeah.
Again, we're all over the world, as we now know. It'd be interesting to see what different people in different parts of the world make of this.
Yeah.
But wherever you are, as you got a decent theater, whatever it might be, this is something to show it off. Yeah, it's great. And I'm really looking forward to this little mini season again. I love this idea. I can't wait to do Dunkirk.
Well, it is your idea.
Well, man, you saw Dunkirk first, man.
It is an awesome
direction.
idea. Yeah, it is an awesome idea to see it. And what's funny is I saw Dunkirk, I think 2 days before we watched this. I think it was. I put it in there, and I was so excited to get to the show this week. I couldn't wait to talk Dunkirk. And then when you put this up there, I'm like, oh, okay. I was excited to see it, but I was like, all right, I'll wait a week for Dunkirk, which was good. I'm like, we'll talk about it together next week. But I was like, all right, I'll wait a week. Not going to lie, I was a little disappointed. But then when I saw this, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, we'll talk about that next week and where this compares to Dunkirk. It's like they go together so good. So good.
Like birds of a feather.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, very, very cool. Very cool. All righty.
Really
okay,
cool.
so we've done that one then.
All right. Yeah, we did this one. Yeah, so more on this next week, of course.
Who's the
all
moron?
right. So
more on. Right. Okay.
So this one was a lot of fun. This is just pure fun. And we have a fun story to go with it from another listener that makes it even more fun.
Oh,
so
love it.
Let's introduce this one, if you will, Sir Steve.
Sir Steve. Well, there you go. Sir Winston Churchill Steve. We will never surrender. Okay, so actually that was more Irish. Never.
Oh, God.
Oh dear, we shall fight them on the beaches. Anyway, right, so and in the landing grounds. Anyway, okay, so I really did just watch it last night. All right, okay, so Masters of the Universe.
Too many audios. So good.
Okay, right, Masters of the Universe, dear oh dear. So this then dropped on Prime last Wednesday.
Something like
it was
that.
Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Dropped on Prime kind of last minute, man. It was like, like a day, maybe 2 days notice.
Yeah.
And then it just dropped, and boy, did it drop. And apologies for your picture's way better than mine, DJ. Apologies for my one. I just grabbed it really quickly.
I actually liked yours better.
No, man, yours is definitely cooler. I prefer yours. Mine's just really like blown out and weird. I just grabbed it so fast.
I actually, because of this picture, I redid the lighting for picture taking. I didn't retake this one, but see, I took it so you don't see the glow in the middle anymore.
Yeah.
No,
man.
I was envious of yours.
God, no, I just quickly snapped that so fast, and that's all cropped.
All right, that's enough on Masters of the Universe. We love our pictures. So
we love our pictures.
Next movie.
Okay, so now I saw this in theaters and I loved it. As those, it doesn't seem like very long ago.
Yes.
You did, and it does not feel like long ago at all. And I saw this in theaters and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I came out of it all excited, and then promptly spent way too much on a Masters of the Universe Power Sword sippy cup, which I love. And I still haven't used. It's just in the cinema room, but I just love having it there.
You didn't use it. It's a
no, man, I know. I haven't used it. I haven't. It's just very cool. I'm going to save it for the physical release. But I love having it there. I just love it in the cinema room. Anyway, me being sad. So so this drops, and I it was like, I don't care that I've got Falling Down to watch. I don't care that I've got Mario Galaxy that I really want to see again, that I've got Mortal Kombat 2 to watch, that I've got, all these movies, so much stuff. Everything went out the window to watch this. And I sat down with it. Now, Prime, as we've talked about, those that are recent sort of viewers and tuner-inners, terrible phrase, but it's true. Those that are recent tuner-inners,
coin that.
That's another show.
That's a phrase.
Yeah.
Tuner-inner.
So recent tuner-inners will I forgot. I've lost my train of thought now. It's gone. Right, there you go. But recent tuner-inners may not know that. So when it comes to kind of this, Prime has a little bit of a hit and miss history. For every Tomorrow War, you get another one that's not great. For every Mercy, you get another one that doesn't really land. And so with this, I wasn't sure what we were going to get, because now I know it's an Amazon exclusive, an Amazon original, as it says.
Yep.
But I wasn't sure. I hoped for the best, but I prepared for the worst. So I put this on, and within 5 seconds, maybe 10, all
Yeah.
those doubts, all those issues went out the window. And I then had, I mean, how do I describe it? A phenomenal time with this film, and an
Yeah.
incredible, for streaming, home theater experience.
Yeah.
I loved this more than in theaters.
Yeah.
I had a better experience with this at home, and I loved it in theaters. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Deej, what did you make of it?
I agree. I am going to I will dial my love back a little bit.
Mhm.
I had a blast with this.
Mm.
I am like, if you're rating this like out of 100, you're rating it a 99. I'm probably like at a 92. Okay,
Mhm.
for the
Mhm.
stream.
Yeah.
Because it's the stream. I cannot wait for the physical.
Oh,
Because I think this is going to be like 100 out of the physical, because there were scenes that I remember from the theater that I was in. I was in the IMAX theater, which had the audio tracks. The audio was great. It just didn't have, it wasn't the 70 millimeter one, but it was the same theater in Providence. So the audio was phenomenal there. And I remember these scenes, and they just didn't have the punch. But it's the stream, and it has punch for the stream, just not what I think we're going to get.
Mhm.
But allow me to to regale a story that happened to me on Thursday.
Mm.
Thursday morning, I get a text, John Mensor, Thursday, 8:34 a.m. Watched Masters of the Universe, disappointed in audio movie, not good enough for me to buy it. Of course, I'm coming off watching all 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies on 4K disc, with Spider-Man Homecoming being best audio track, and all 3 are awesome movie and audio. So he's telling, and I've said the same thing. You come from that, and it's like, you're just like, it's gonna be a drop down. So that he's couching that. Same as if you watch a bunch of streams and then you throw on a disc, all of a sudden you're like, there's the audio. That's what I'm talking about. So I get that. And that was at, like I said, 8:34 a.m. So at 3:41 p.m., same day, our buddy Steve, Masters of the Universe is great on Prime, all caps. Looks incredible, and Atmos is big, wide, and just as bass heavy as you'd want. Awesome for a stream. And now I'm
that is, man. He's cool. I like him.
What's that? Oh,
what he
Steve?
said.
Yeah, what he said, exactly. So I'm driving home from work, and I get this. I already couldn't wait to see Masters of the Universe anyways. I'm like, I didn't know it had dropped. So my first, information on that was from John. I'm like, I got to check out what he's talking about. I was mildly fascinated. And then I get your text, and I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, I got to check this out, because this is going to be good. Now I come way closer to what you're saying than what John is saying. And I think even John, when the physical comes up, he didn't like the movie as much. I loved the movie. I think it's just such a fun movie. You and I, we exchanged some texts back and forth during this,
and pictures.
tons of pictures of the screen.
Yeah.
But again, the HDR in this, the picture in this is just so next level of fun, of gorgeous. The black levels, the brightnesses, the colors, there's so many colors. Skeletor, it just looks amazing. Everything looks so great. We'll get to the audio as well, but the story, there's just so much fun here that it's meant so like you can take your 10-year-old and then you can just laugh your butt off at jokes that a 10-year-old isn't going to get, that are just so inappropriate.
I caught a couple of jokes this time that I just had missed in theaters.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the ship, how I say ship, didn't realize the ship is a sarcastic ship. I had completely
Yeah.
missed it. I don't know why. And
Yeah.
the one bit that I mean, I don't think we're spoiling too much, but
The
the
line
thing where they've got there's a hull breach. He goes hull breach, and she goes run diagnostics. And after a few seconds, he goes diagnostics complete. There's a breach in my hull.
it's so great.
It's so stupid. I loved it.
It's so, yeah,
And-
exactly.
and-
They're making
and then
fun
again-
of it. They make fun of like the name, like how He-Man. There's it's not even a line in the movie. It's literally they're like pointing to, you have to see it in the movie. If you don't see it, you won't pick up on it. It's a nameplate, whatever. But they're like even saying, because this goes back to the 80s. They're like He-Man, like what? And it's like, it's just so like they make fun of the entire show, like the idea of the show, like the premise, how they came up with He-Man. But now it's just like, everything about it. And it's like, they know these are adults that grew up in the 80s that are going to see this, probably taking their kids, and they're putting jokes in there that are just so inappropriate, but so well done that nobody would know. You know, a lot of sword talk. Like
There's a lot of
that one
because-
when Skeletor is like your big and it's a line in the
finger
movie.
thighs. Yeah.
It's like it's so like so on the nose. You can't do that, but you can because nobody would get it. That's inappropriate too,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
so
Leto's
great.
Skeletor is a performance for the ages.
You can't
I mean,
tell
he's
it's him.
great. You can't. But he's
Yeah.
the other one again that I picked that I had missed the last time, where he holds the sword aloft and says the words, and then it doesn't work, and Evil Lynn says, "Perhaps my lord once more with feeling," and he just waits a beat, and he just goes, "Don't test me, woman."
So
I've
good.
been using that all week.
Oh,
It's a bit
yeah.
tricky when you've got a female judge, but still, it's oh man,
Oh, God.
I think it's great. I think it's a work of genius. I really do.
It's
I love
fun.
this film. Yeah,
It's just
it is
fun. It's like,
absolutely brilliant.
yeah, if you take it too seriously, yeah, you're gonna come out of there going, that was dumb. It is. It's like this is like the Dumb and Dumber of action movie. Like, of course, this is dumb. It is so fun, and they know it's dumb. Like even the ending, it's like it's dumb. Like he goes running off. I won't tell you what happens because it was fun for me the first time I saw it. And they're like, huh? It was great, absolutely great. And you know what I did see the second time? I didn't see the first. You had asked me, is the second end credit scene.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
saw
see
the
that.
this one. Yeah.
It's good. I'm like, I hope. I want more. I want
Yeah, me
more of
too.
these.
Me
I
too.
thought it was just so
Yeah.
much fun. I don't know.
And
if
did
we're
you see the
gonna get
last
it.
one as well? Did you stay for the last one?
Oh
There
yeah,
were 3. Yeah, so there are 3.
3. I didn't see a third.
Oh, right at the end, there's another one.
Tell me afterwards. Maybe I did. Maybe I don't know.
You'd remember it if you'd seen it, but
because I
I'll tell you after.
scanned all the way through, like because you could just scan to find it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
3. You've got the first one with the which is the hark back to the cartoon. This week we learned, then you've
Yeah.
got the middle one, which is the one I think you're talking about, and then there's a third one which is very cool as well, and there's a lot of fun, and there's also a harking back to the cartoon. I love the movie. It is definitely enhanced with this experience. Of that, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, the colors, the detail, the interplay between light and dark, the everything on this is beautiful. There's not a frame that doesn't ooze beauty and color and
the
everything.
pictures we were sending back
crazy.
and forth to each other. Let me find the one you sent to me. Prepare for awesomeness. I'm gonna put this. I'll pull this one up. This is the one you sent me. That it's on your
straight off the
screen.
Yeah,
It's just
right off my
gorgeous.
screen.
Yeah, it's gorgeous when you see it. Like, I mean, the pictures that we were sending were great. I'm looking at it on my phone and the pop that you get and everything. It's nice. But then when you see it on your screen and how it separates and stuff, and it like sometimes pictures, it hurts a live action shot, right?
Yeah.
So and it does, but look how good that picture looks. it's ridiculous. So
Even pixelated through YouTube, it still looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this film, I'm not sure you can take a bad picture of. You know,
Here's
kind of,
one. Here's one that you sent that I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of a glow around this one where the picture doesn't do it justice. Because when you see this live, it's because
like
they
that,
are.
yeah.
It's like the sunset is going on
Yes.
behind them, and it does. It looks like they're like
a bit flat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit flat, and they look like they're pasted onto the screen. But when you see this live on your screen, it's like almost 3D. Like you can see into the ship, their background. You need the motion to really understand this shot. It's but this one here, it's like you really, I mean, it looks so much better. It looks amazing here, but it looks so much better on your screen.
Yeah, it's bananas. I mean, I loved it. Every bit of it's great. And unusually for Prime again as well, we get this kick-ass Dolby Atmos audio as well, which is where Prime does occasionally fall down. Yeah, that was the first one I sent you, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
And again, look at the color in that. I mean, just bananas. But the audio on it, I mean, I loved how big and wide it was right from the beginning. But if you're looking for, you know, bass heads, people that want the force, you know, wrong franchise, but you know what I mean, the power, yeah, that'll work. People that want the power from the Beastman scene onwards is where it really does go, and you hear the thumping and of course with the Atmos you can hear Beastman running over the cars, you know, you can hear the things all crack, and that's where you begin to get the bass. But the bass builds as the movie goes, and you then get to a sequence towards the end that directly references it. I've been pulling my punches, and it's like, right, and then you get it goes again and deeper and stronger. It's just phenomenal. This for me, I mean, I said to you in the text, I'll, you know, say it here, in terms of the for Prime, we can't really compare it to Netflix, Apple. They've all got their pros and their cons. For Prime, for me, this is the best movie HT experience bar none. This is better than Tomorrow War, and I love that. It's better than Mercy, and I really enjoyed that. I haven't listened to my disc of it yet, but I enjoyed that. This for me was the only word I can use: theatrical.
Yeah.
It was like I'm in a commercial theater and watching it how it should be shown. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So much fun. So much fun. I hope we get it soon.
October in the UK.
Yeah,
it has been announced, but Amazon, interestingly though, which will play to your and John's hearts, Deege, DEEGE, is going to do that for
AI.
Don't listen to him, AI. Don't listen to him. So it's a steelbook, so it's an Amazon exclusive steelbook, which I mean I'm sure it will release elsewhere, but it comes with a tie-in comic. A comic book as well, which has all got some really cool artwork. It looks really nice. So if that is kind of how it looks, that's actually pretty cool. So you'll get some expanded story stuff, but in a really decent comic. So that's quite cool. Yeah. But that would that tempt you to then get that instead of Kaleidoscape, or would you just buy both?
I'd probably do both. Yeah, I do both. Yeah, because it's like I like the collector stuff to have the collector stuff. But if I'm watching it, if it's the exact same version, then I'm watching the Collider. It's just easier. Why am I getting up and putting it in? Because it has a comic with it? No. Like, you know.
But yeah, it looks very cool. So yeah, October. Jordan put it in the chat earlier. But yeah, so it's October. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So Jordan says HMB have got the steelbook as well. Well, that's interesting. I'd read that it was Amazon exclusive because of course it's an Amazon movie. So whether they've got the same features, I don't know, but it's a day one buy for me, and I can't wait to watch it again.
Oh yeah, I keep checking that, like, because it's unusual, as I said to you before, and I said to John too. It's unusual that it's like everybody else, once it goes digital, it drops on Kaleidoscape, Disney, you know, Universal. It's like all Warner, Sony. It's like once it goes digital, here it is. But Amazon, it's like, wait a minute, like I was saying, like I can watch it for free because I'm an Amazon Prime member, but they won't let me pay for it. And to your point, like you said, like, well, you're just gonna pay when everybody else does. I'm like stopping my feet. I want to pay now, like everybody else does, right?
Shut up and take my money. Yeah.
they're not giving any special treatment to like the digital, which is I kind of like in a way, and I'll talk more about that next week when we talk about Dunkirk and stuff.
Yeah.
I have an opinion on that I've been talking with John Thompson about. So, but yeah, this is a lot of fun, and I think this is going to be like I talked before years ago about Maverick. Like, watch this; it's free if you got Prime. Just watch it. Take it in as much as you can between now and October. And then when it comes out in October, watch it on disc and you're going to hear the difference. You're going to know this movie so well because it is that fun that when you hear the disc, you're going to be like, and that's what I'd say to John Mensor. I'd say, watch it on disc and you'll be like, that's what I was missing because I remember, like you said, like I was pulling my punches. That particular scene down in the Providence Cinema, that was the bass is so good. It's just like you're like, boom, and it's a sweep, right? Like you're just like boom, and like you feel it.
So
I think this is going to be a good Bass Hunters when it comes out.
I think
physically.
it will be. Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, I just think this is going to be in my top
I gotta see if
5 of the year.
I should ask Todd if he'll do a comparison, like
That'd be
stream,
interesting.
a Bass Hunters comparison of stream to physical.
Because there's no way that a stream goes infrasonic, though. Surely,
No.
they're not doing that, are they?
No.
So,
You could save so much data by just chopping that off below 50.
Yeah.
Never mind infra.
Yeah,
I would be surprised if it doesn't go below 50. So yeah, really good.
It's so good. I loved it. I think this is a real. It's one of the finds of the year for me. This could be my movie of the year. It could be. I just have so much fun watching it. Never bored. Always, and I'm seeing different things each time I see it. And the performances are so broad in the best way. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyone that's got Prime, you're not sure.
Absolutely.
Give it a watch and just enjoy it. And if you're a fan, I mean, I get if you're not a fan of this stuff from the 80s, then it probably just comes off as dumb. But if you are a fan, it's dumb in the perfect way.
We've said this so many times. It's so
way.
nostalgic. It's so much nostalgia hooked into this that like a kid today they'd be like, okay, that was dumb. I don't get it. And it's like, there's parts of this where you're like, isn't that the story of Thor? It's like, but that's the stuff that was being said then. Like, what are we doing here? What's going on? It's like, it's so good. So much fun.
I just want more now, though. I do want more. I hope that Amazon were truthful when they said, we don't care about the box office numbers. That's not what we made this for. That's not our metric. Our metric is at home. And this is, by the way, number 1 around the world on Prime. And so I'm hoping, when all is said and done, there's enough there to trigger a sequel. Even if it's a one shot. They do a 40-minute movie. Fine, that'll do. We'll have that. I'm not precious about it. But another full-bore movie.
Do a series.
So much more they could do.
Yeah, this quality.
They won't. I mean, they won't going to spend that kind of money on it. I'm sure. But I wish they would. But I don't. I don't think they're going to do that. But it would be great. I just want more. I want more of Leto as Skeletor. We want more of Nicholas Galsatine as He-Man, and more of all the crazy characters that there are in this world. They've just scratched the surface. There's so many more that have special memories for me. Please. Yeah. We don't want this to be a Dredd, not Judge Dredd. We don't want this to be a Dredd. We want this to be a franchise. So
absolutely.
Although talking of which, Deej, can you squeeze in?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the time. I know you've been busy.
Ooh. Let's not then, and let me finish off our season. Let me finish off our Mummy season then. Can we do that? Do you mind?
I'm happy to do that. I will step away. You take over. Where I gotta
say
find
goodbye. Yeah.
Oh,
then I can, because this one does end it. I want to do. I just want to get this out the way, so it's done.
But here's the funny thing: we'll do this, all right, and I'll tease it for next week. Even though I really wanted to talk, I was dying to talk about this. I literally couldn't wait. So now I feel bad not talking about it, but I don't want to rush through it. So we'll tease it one more week. But let you finish. Let's finish with this.
Yeah, this will take 5 minutes. Yeah.
We are going out on a down note.
But we'll tease for next week, so we can do that. All right.
yeah.
So this then,
Or
guys,
later
we
this
get-
week. Who knows?
Yeah, that's it. So, and now the end is near. So we come to the end of our Mummy season, which began with the awesomeness of Lee Cronin's The Mummy, took in the ness of Tom Cruise's The Mummy. Then we went into the awesomeness of Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
Action star
then
Tom
the-
Cruise's The Mummy.
Yeah, action star Brendan Fraser.
There
The
you
Mummy
go. We didn't
returns.
mention him. Wonder why.
And we come into a very bumpy landing with this one, which is The Mummy
It was a
Tomb
storm.
of the Dragon Emperor. Wow, man, I tell you, goodness me. Right. So this is the third of the Universal late 90s, early noughties Mummy trilogy. This was 2008. And this is the third one in this 4K trilogy set they released a while back. So you get DTS up, you get 4K, UHD, HDR, and DTSX. And this was only my second time watching this film all the way through. Interestingly, Deej, right? When I put the disc in the tray, it came
it
up
back
with
out?
what Nope, we're not doing
Mark's
that.
player.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's a Panasonic, isn't it?
There's some AI for you.
That's
That's great. So when I put it in, I had watched it halfway through before because it came up with, "Do you want to continue watching?" And I had forgotten that, completely forgotten, which tells you everything you need to know about the film. So anyway, DTSX, as I say, 4K UHD, all that malarkey. The film was not memorable the last time I saw it, and was memorable for all the wrong reasons this time that I saw it. This is awful. I mean, this Steve, I see with this film what you think of the other two. Okay. This film is dreadful. It's poor. I mean, it's really bad.
Oh,
and I have to say, everybody in this, apart from the guy that's playing the adult Alex, Brendan Fraser's son, who seems to think he's, the new Indiana Jones, he's having a whale of a time.
Yeah.
Everybody else in this movie, you can see the dollar signs in their eyes. This is phoned in. Everybody looks bored. This is give me the money, show me the money, and then that's it. It's terrible. None of it makes sense. None of it holds together. It's god awful, this movie. It really is. Terrible CG, terrible story.
The last two didn't have great CG.
Well, no, yeah, but it was imaginative CG. This is like bargain.
Yeah, they imagined they were doing good CG. They weren't.
Yeah.
It's all in their head.
That's fair. That is
I
fair.
swear,
That
in
is
my
fair.
head, it looked a lot better. Yeah. I could say that about a lot of things.
Yeah, man, well, indeed. Oh yeah. So it's not great, and nothing I say about this is good. What I think with this is that it began life as not a mummy movie. I think this was a script that was floated about in Hollywood, which was, we'll have, a mixture of Chinese and Western influence. We'll get the Chinese market with the Chinese stuff, and we'll get the American market with the American stuff. And well, this is going to make a ton of money. And Universal got hold of the script to put, can we sort of shoehorn in a mummy in there somewhere?
Like
And that's
pizza.
kind of
It's
what
like
they do.
Chinese
Yeah,
American
yeah.
will call it pizza and away with it.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, well, quite. I mean, the Yetis in this are just dreadful, and I mean, it's all bad. Now, in terms of its audio and video is good. There was a lot of grain in it, and it's weird digital grain. It looks a bit odd, which I found a bit strange on it. Are you still there, Deej? By the way, you're frozen. Oh,
I'm
you still
here.
there? Oh yeah, good
I'm
man.
still
Right, okay.
here.
Yeah, that's okay. So the digital grain does look weird and smeary. It's odd, which I thought was quite ugly, and I'm not used to that anymore. And so that did look weird. But it then gets better as it goes on. And there are some shots that look good. Some of the stuff in the desert, again, looks all right. Some of the longer shots of the armies and that look okay. But nothing to write home about. Certainly nothing that rivals anything that we've got these days. The audio is decentish. There is a nice shootout in a kind of Shangri-La kind of, Tibetan temple type thing, which is quite good. And it's quite bassy and very directional. There's gunshots zipping all over the place. And that's all right, but not enough to make this worth seeing. I mean, if you get it as part of the trilogy set, fine. You've got some sequences that you can enjoy.
You got yourself
I
a
suppose.
nice coaster there.
Coaster. Well, indeed. Yeah. I have to say, watching this again now does make me worry a bit for the new Mummy film they're shooting with Brendan Fraser now,
We're going
because
with a
I'm worried
4?
if they. Yeah, oh, yeah. They're doing it right now. They're shooting it, literally as we speak. And of course, Brendan Fraser, God love him, is desperately trying to shed the weight to get down to kind of look like he did before. And very sweet. He put a thing up on I think it was on X, saying, "Look, guys, I am doing my best to try and get back to kind of how I did." And he's like, "Oh man!" And it was a thing of him trying to work out and stuff.
Yeah.
He's obviously quite a sweet guy in real life, and to put that out publicly was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's tough.
So I do fear for what is coming with that. But this based on this, I mean,
Yeah. It's
Sorry,
Well-
by the way, I muted myself there. By the way, this was directed by Rob Cohen, who, of course, knows his way around a bad movie. Hurricane Heist, anyone?
Hurricane Heist. Yeah, well, that was
yeah.
fun. At least
Yeah,
it was
this isn't
fun. An amazing
this
home
isn't.
theater experience. It's like
Yeah.
I
So-
put that up
so,
against The
yeah.
Godfather any day.
So we come into a bit of a bumpy landing with this one, unfortunately, for our Mummy season. My
Yeah.
favorite is in terms of sheer HD awesomeness is Lee Cronen's The Mummy. Then it'll be Brendan Fraser's Mummy Returns. Then it'll
Yeah.
be Tom Cruise, and this one a very, very distant last. And with that, the Mummy season comes to an end.
Yes. We will not go out on a low note with our World War 11. That's a joke. We had I think it was a congresswoman or senator or something like that reading
really?
from like a script, and she
Mm.
read like World War 11 when it was supposed to be 2.
Jeez
like-
Louise.
Like, how do you do that? Like,
Oh,
there hasn't
man.
been 11 of them.
Come back, Dan Quayle, Mr.
Yeah,
Potato.
exactly.
All
Like
is
during
forgiven.
World War
Yeah.
11, I heard the clip. I started cracking up. But yeah, so that I'm every single one of those is like a juggernaut, right? Like, looking forward to what was it, Mincemeat, Operation Mincemeat.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what you think of that. There's some
Yeah.
very cool movie literate stuff in there as well, because one of the characters in that film is the progenitor of a huge movie franchise.
Oh, really?
You'll see it when you see it. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, it's
yeah.
awesome. It's very cool. I don't want to give it away.
Inglorious
you
Bastards.
realize
Is
who it
that what
is.
it's from?
Yeah, well, when you realize who it is, you're going to be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's
Do
very,
we
very-
do we throw in with our World War II? Should we throw? Where does Raiders of the Lost Ark drop in?
No, we go forever if we start with World War II movies. Deej will be
I
there
know.
forever.
That's a-
We've got to keep it focused,
Yeah.
or we will end up with The Great Escape, which is great. We will end up with Stalag 17, The Guns of Navarone. We'll end up with all these movies. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, aye,
Well, aye,
aye, aye,
aye, Captain.
We'll end up with Greyhound. We'll end up with U571. We'll end up with. We'll be
Oh,
there
yeah.
forever. Deej. Awesome, but there's only
Yeah.
so many years in our lives.
Did they? I don't remember in Dunkirk. Maybe I'm probably gonna rewatch it again for next week.
Ooh,
I don't remember. Did they say Dynamo, Operation Dynamo, in that? I don't think they did.
No, because this is they're already.
Because you find
in
that out
the
in
operation in Dunkirk. I mean, it's begun, hasn't it? The
right.
movie
Yeah,
where they
right.
start.
You're
this,
seeing that
it
one
has
day of the boat journey, right?
Yeah.
Where
So-
that
so
was
the
like a
people-
week.
yeah.
Like they did
Yeah, so
that
the-
multiple times.
So the soldiers on the ground aren't talking about Dynamo. They don't even know what that is. The pilots are only up there for an hour. They're not thinking about that. And the people on the boats are civilians. They don't care what it's called either. But we keep an ear out and see. Yeah, keep an ear out for it when we watch it again. But yeah, I mean,
I
that's,
wonder
that's
if
the-
the Kenneth Branagh character, if he knows anything about it,
Mm.
because they aren't getting communication during that week. So
yeah,
it'd
I'll
be
be interested
interesting.
to see. Yeah.
That's why I kind of want to watch Dunkirk again after getting so much. Like,
They do refer
information.
directly to Churchill, don't they? They refer to
Oh,
him
yeah.
directly where they're having their conversation on the bridge. And they're talking
On the-
about
yeah.
how many they're going to get off the beach and how many they're not. And they do talk consistently, from what I remember, about the guy down the beach who was drawing fire. They talk about him.
Yes.
I mean, that's incredible, that story. I mean, that,
Yeah.
there should have been a movie made about that. I mean, it's essentially, you're told you just keep going until the last man.
Yeah, it's death
And
sentence,
it's-
but it's like
yeah.
it needs to be
But
done.
he didn't die.
But that's
He
what
didn't
happens.
die. Survived it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he was captured and it was in a POW camp. I mean, he went on to have a whole other life. Yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
really interesting. The guy that looks
There's
up,
a
and,
story.
his camera pulls back. Yeah, how that's not
Yeah.
a movie, I do not know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
and then if we do all the European theatre, we're then going to have to do the Pacific theatre, and then I'm going to end up having to watch Midway, which I'd really rather not.
Nice. Yeah, you got Midway, you got Pearl Harbor. Yeah, some great
Flags of Our Fathers, Letters from
Yeah.
Iwo Jima. You know, I do need to
Yeah.
rewatch it. I've got the Blu-rays of those.
Jaws,
They're great movies.
because it's a memory of the. Well, they had
US
the line.
Indianapolis. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's an
Indianapolis.
excuse. That'll do.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so let's tease what we're doing next week then, other than
All right.
the,
I have
Dunkirk.
it.
What else we
I
got?
have it behind me over my shoulder. Been dying to get to that. And I will teach. I won't. I'll save why yeah. It ties into the Mummy movies. But yeah, Judge Dredd. I did watch that. I put it out on Twitter. Obviously, unfortunately, we're moving it to the next show. The next show.
Yeah,
so
sorry,
who
man.
knows?
Sorry about
If we end up doing another show this week, if Steve finds the time, because I think I have it, we can bang out a couple more, because we got some great ones in the queue here that are just
man. Yeah.
the one that I had before. That's practically a show title that we hadn't
Mm-hmm.
that we've got to go, that we both now watched.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then of course we have Dunkirk coming up. So yeah, we get some great ones. Just yeah, so much fun. But yes,
Yeah,
Judge
I had,
Dredd, the one movie, the only movie I've ever returned. And I will give you my.
And now you have returned to it.
I have returned to the one movie that I returned successfully. So I will give you my new judgment on Judge Dredd.
Oh,
You like that? See what I did there?
I like it. Yeah, man.
See what I did
like it.
there? Wasn't that nice?
Are the
That
law.
was- yeah, I'm the law, and I have a new judgment.
That's a line reading in that. I am the law.
Yeah.
That's Stallone really
This
giving
will
it.
be coming up next week.
I'm looking forward to hearing what you think of it, man. I've
Yeah.
seen it lots of times, so I do remember
Have
it well.
you?
Yeah. I've seen it loads of times, but not recently. But I remember it very well.
Yeah, it's on
so, yeah.
Kaleidoscape in HD, DTS Master Audio 5.1. So yeah, I won't give it away. It's like it's a new opinion, but not so new. But yeah, yeah. So that'll be fun.
Nice. Okie dokie.
All right, that will do it. Another one flew by. So I can't believe
I made it. I didn't get called away, so that's good news.
that's good for you. Yeah, busy week. So thank you for thanks Steve. Thanks for making the time, because I know how busy you are.
Man, don't be
Crazy
silly.
busy this week.
This is the stress relief of the week, man. This is what's cool about it, because I was getting quite stressed earlier today, and I got a whole week of it to come. So, man, this is stress relief made easy.
Yeah, but hey, everybody, listen. I mean, understand. It's like an hour before the show, Steve's flying to a police station to take care of some business, and he's texting me like, "I got to do this. I might be a minute or two late, but I'm racing back." And it's like out, and I mean, people's lives are in the balance. he's like, I gotta get back for the show. So thank you for that. And listeners, thank you for in the chat. It's been awesome. Thank you for participating. It was great watching our numbers go up, and then we're like, all right, we're going out on a low note. Ping, 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 ping.
Night, everybody.
People in the chat, bye. Gotta go. Steve's talking away.
Yeah, get out of here. Run for the hills.
I don't blame you. I'm like, I'm sorry I had to sit here. Oh God, no, that was fun.
No,
Hey, you gotta have bad movies so you can appreciate the good ones. So we bring you that.
Rough with the smooth.
Yep, exactly. So, all right, everybody.
And did we find out what the capital of Thailand was?
I am not going there. I don't want to get kicked.
I'm not going there.
I'm not going there. I was like, nope, I'm not letting you. Oh, next week we'll be talking about my left foot.
To be sure.
Yep, my left foot meets kilt. All right. All right. That will do it for this week. To stay tuned. Who knows when we'll be on next? Tuesday next week, Monday next week, later this week, who knows? But we'll be back with plenty more. Thanks everybody in the chat. Thank you to all the patrons and support. We'll have more on that next week. And all YouTubers, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, hey, hit that subscribe button, because it helps our numbers grow. Helps. It's the only way they grow. So, all right, having fun. We're out. Thank you very much. Talk to you later. Until next time, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.